Hi guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video we're going to take a look at one of the figures from the brand new Vintage Collection line, which has just been reissued. And the first figure we're going to look at today is Kylo Ren. Before we look at him, we'll take a look at the packaging this one comes in. As you see, it's exactly the same as the old Vintage Collection line, but with new faces on the side, because of course Force Awakens, Last Jedi and Rogue One came out between them. You get a great image of Kylo Ren on the side there, deflecting Poe Dameron's bullet, all in vintage style. And on the back here you have a list of other figures in the wave. Some of these I already have. That Jin I got as was a Black Series Walmart exclusive. I picked that up a while back, and I recently picked up the Stormtrooper, which I gave you a review at last time. And of course Snoke and Rey are two newer ones. Well, Rey is also a Black Series release as well as Kylo. Snoke I believe is brand new for this wave. I'm not sure whether he was Black Series released, but I've got him as well anyway. It's great to see this packaging back in line for the 3 3/4 inch scales. Instead of the old display box idea, it's kept to and they've even updated it with Force Awakens footage, so it's good to see that be back in the limelight again. And I'll give a rundown of the figure. This is a very good figure, but also has some bad points to it. This is mainly around the helmet sculpt, because I read that in the Black Series line, the head sculpt and the cowl was all one long sculpt, and it was all sculpted together. You couldn't really take it apart, unlike the Force Awakens release and the Armour Up release. Well, the original Force Awakens release, where it was the helmet and the hood were two separate bits that were connected together, and then the actual kit bit was a separate part. With the Armour Up figure, which is one I got, you just had the helmet and an unhooded hood, and then with the unmasked one you had the hood and cowl were all one piece, and the head was a separate piece inside. It's a shame Hasbro didn't decide to upgrade this for the Vintage Collection release instead of giving this the same old release, but nonetheless the rest of the figure is really good. You have soft goods, lower tunic down here, the rest of it's plastic goods, unlike the other Black Series line. You get 2 lightsabers, you get a lit one and an unlit one, and unlike the 5 points of articulation ones, you get more detail put on the hilt. I'm not sure if that's showing up well, but it's really good to see all that detail be put on, and for 3 3/4 inch scale Kylo. As well as this, you just have hyper articulation with the figure. There is a ball joint in the head, though it's really hard to move around considering the one long piece. Ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball hinged wrists, ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, ball hinged knees, and ball hinges at the ankle. You can actually get this figure into some great poses as well, though he does have some standing issues, so you might have to use a stand to keep him on display. But yeah, there's not much else wrong about the figure other than the little thing here. But I will show you in a little while how we can actually make this figure better, because there is one way around it. The first one is you can take the because the head is still removable as a ball joint, so you could take the head off the unmasked Kylo Ren from the Force Awakens line, because that one fits on snugly, nice and snug. And there is one other way around this too, so it's one of those things that kind of makes the 5-point articulation Kylo Ren does just that little bit better, because you had more freedom of movement with the head, whereas you don't with this. Like, you have to keep the head facing forward all the time. But no, of course I do like all the detail going to, like, such as Kylo's belt there. They've put all the little markings that he has on his buckle, and even underneath they've got all the plastic goods on the under robe, I'd say, especially what's showing up from his arms as well. So it's good to see this figure finally get a wide release, though, because I could never find it when it was released as a Walmart exclusive, because we don't really have Walmart over here. We have Asda over here, but no Walmart, so I just had to wait around and hope this thing got a wide release, and alas, it has. So yeah, what I said here about making the head better was, unfortunately the under part of the head is too big, so you can't fit the one from the Armour Up on there, or the helmet from the Kylo Ren with Force Link figure. But like I said, you can fit the head from the unmasked Force Awakens variant on there. So that way you can have a definitive unmasked. Unfortunately I don't have the unmasked one here with me, so I can't give that one a hand. But in 2016, for Rogue Friday, Kylo Ren was re-released, and this one here. This is available on Star Action Figures on clearance, so if you want, I'll put a link down there where you can get that, as well as the Vintage Collection Kylo Ren. The vintage one, at the time of filming this review, is currently available for pre-order. This one is there on clearance, so I got this a little cheaper. This one is a repack of the unmasked Kylo Ren, except for the mask instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack this thing open and show you what I can do about it. Okay, so now I've cracked open the Kylo Ren figure from the Rogue One line. What you have to do is remove the cowl, as they're seen. As you can see, probably recognise most people that this is the body is basically a rehash of the unmasked Ren, but the mask is the different thing about it. And what you can do is, I'll take the Vintage Collection Kylo Ren seen here, and the simple thing you can do is pop the head off. It does take a little bit of force, but that's that there. So as you can see there, it's all one piece. You can't really fit around it. You have to just stick with it like that. But then you take the head off this Kylo Ren. See the heads, the size of the heads are roughly the same. So what I'm going to do, I'll pop the Kylo Ren head onto here. I've just dropped it. Hold on. There we go. Might take just a bit of force, but it should work. There we go. It's on. There's Kylo Ren there without his cowl and hood. What you can simply do is take the one that was included and slot that on. And there you go. You have a more definitive Kylo Ren figure compared to the actual Vintage Collection Black Series one. Like I said there, this one, the one from the Rogue One line, is available for pre-order. Well, not for pre-order, on clearance, sorry. And the vintage one is available for pre-order, because most of the orders that were given out have been shipped. So now, with the new head, Kylo can... It does conceal more of his face a little bit more compared to the vintage one. There we go. It does conceal his mask a bit more, but that's not too much of a bother in my case. And like I said as well, you can shift out the heads with the head from the unmasked Ren if you so wish. So you have a choice basically. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Pick up the one from this line, and therefore you got some spare. You even got a spare lightsaber if you do that as well. So yeah, that is the Vintage Collection Kylo Ren figure with a little update suggestion. I'm going to be displaying him like this now because I have the extra head, and I'll probably just stick this head on top of that one just as a way to keep it safe. There we go. So there we have both. This one now feels more of a 5-point articulation Ren, while this one now feels super articulated. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at Kylo Ren from the Vintage Collection. I shall be back with some more reviews very soon, so do stay tuned for them. Until then, do follow me on my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all links are down there in the description, and do like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more, and hit that notification bell so you can find out when I've uploaded another review. I'll see you next time, guys.